Alright, so we're going to be platinum in every single Sonic racing game in this video. So we're going to be starting off with Sonic and Sega Allstar Racing. Then we're going to be doing Sonic Allstar Racing Transformed. After that will be Team Sonic Racing. And then final one will be the new Sonic racing game, which is Sonic and something Crossovers. It's on the screen, so y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like I said, we're going to be starting with Sonic and Sega Allstar Racing. So this platinum is a 3 out of 10 difficulty and it takes 15 hours to complete. Now, with that being said, this is going to be a long grind, bro. We got like 4 games to go through. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is get every single Grand Prix Cup related trophy. Now, these are win your first Grand Prix Cup, win every single Grand Prix Cup, and win every race within a Grand Prix Cup. Now, this is all easy to do on beginner difficulty. You don't have to put on the hardest difficulty. You can choose any difficulty you want. I recommend just putting it on the beginner difficulty so you could be able to get these pretty easily. And on top of that, for those who don't know what a Grand Prix Cup is, it's a series of 4 races that you have to complete to get a Grand Prix Cup. And there's a total of 6 Grand Prix Cups, making that what a total of 24 races that you have to complete. So it's going to take some time, but put it on beginner difficulty is really easy to get. Now there are no limits. Welcome to the next level. And as I was going for the Grand Prix trophies, I was also getting some miscellaneous trophies as well, which is Triple Trouble, which is perform 3 tricks in the air while landing, Power Drift, which is drifting for 15 seconds, and Streets of Rage, which is ramming somebody off the course without using any items. Triple Trouble, Power Drift. See silver at least. Oh, Streets of Rage, what is that? Now we're on to step 2, which is the online trophies. Now there's 4 online trophies and they're all pretty simple. And the first one is winning an online race. The second one is playing with an online friend. The third one is lapping a player online. And the fourth one is hit opponents 100 times with items. Now, first things first, I want to say shout out to my boy Rayo Parsh. I ain't gonna act like I even know how to pronounce that. I'm gonna just stop all on my head before I embarrass myself. But shout out to bro, because without him this would not be possible. Also, another thing too about the hitting opponents 100 times online, when I saw that I was pretty overwhelmed, but it turns out all I had to do, or get me and the person I was boosting with, we drive over to a item box and I literally just keep recycling items until I get an item that I can, hit them, and I just keep rinsing and repeating that until I get to 100. So that was way easier than I thought. Don't even strike out. Alright, so now we're on to stage 3, which is said to be the hardest stage toward the platinum. Now basically what you have to do is get AAA rank on a mission, get AAA rank on every single mission, and pass every mission. Those are the 3 trophies that I'm working toward. And he said this is the hardest stage toward the platinum due to the simple fact that some of the missions are actually pretty difficult. Not only difficult, but they're going to require you to have to rinse and repeat. Missions contain different game modes like regular races, Grand Prixes, boss battles, time trials, things like that, right? So not to mention, with that being said, there's about a total of 64 missions that you have to go one by one completing and getting a AAA rank on each and every single one of them. So yes, best believe that as of recording this I am finished with it, but man, this took a minute. This took like 2.5, maybe 3 days to fully complete. But man, this is probably the most time consuming part of the platinum, if I had to say, but nonetheless it's very possible to do. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys the hardest missions I had to go through, starting off with mission 15. Now mission 15 is basically about avoiding the pots. Now your grade will depend on how many pots you avoid, so you will start off at AAA ranked, and the more pots you hit, the more your grade will go down. But this was hard due to the fact that not only was there were so many pots like in one area, but I also am playing a fat ass cat character, bro. Like, I'm playing a character with a big old hurt box. You don't even have to be that close to the pot for it to actually break, which is mad annoying, bro. I'm gonna just show y'all the clips here. Oh my gosh. The fuck was that? What are you doing? That, bro, what the fuck was that? This nigga emoted into a boost. Bro, the hitbox on these fucking pots are crazy, bro. Like, what is he doing? Like, what the fuck? Bro, honestly, fuck this cat, bro. Like, I don't know why the fuck you keep doing that. Come, bro. This shit is ridiculous, bro. That's some bullshit. I was far away, didn't even see the pots in the corner, so I sped up a little bit, and then right when I get close, they want to spawn some shit. Alright, eat dick.
2, 1, go!
We out! We out! Let's go, bro. Let's go. Alright, so on to mission 42. Now, this is said to be the hardest mission out of all the missions in the game. And that is due to the simple fact that you have to go through each gate. And each gate has a number on it. Plus 10, plus 20, plus 50. And the more gates you go through, the higher your grade will get up to. And the goal is to obviously get to a AAA rank. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was wholeheartedly planning on showing you all my rage clips and stuff. But looking through the whole footage, I'm not gonna lie, I had 0 rages. Like, the most you will probably see me do throughout the VOD is probably pressing my buttons aggressively. But like, other than that, I was surprisingly calm while playing this. Probably because I was watching something in the background, so I wasn't really like, you know what I'm saying, too bothered by it. And knowing that it's the hardest mission, I was like, okay, I was mentally prepared for what I was getting into. But hey, I did pop off pretty hard when I finally beat this mission. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that right now.
3, 2, 1, go!
Please, please, please. Yes! Banana body built ass boys. Let's go. That's the hardest mission in the whole game, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, it took me like probably 2.5 days to do it, but hey, it's done. It's done. Alright, so you know how I said in the last clip that that last mission was the hardest mission in the game? Which is still true. It is, you know, the hardest is said to be the hardest mission in the game. But for me personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, mission 59 is my hardest mission in the whole game. And here's the funniest part, it's not even hard. Like, Scoops, what? It's not even hard. The hardest part about the mission is the fucking map. Who designed this map? Who allowed this to be a playable thing? Bro, the reason this map is the worst map in the game is because you need to learn a secret mechanic just to be able to consistently like do this map consistently, or even consistently be in first place. The reason I say that is because apparently when you drift, right, let's just say you're playing, I'm playing on PS3, right, you hold L2 to drift and you use your analog to aim in the direction you want to drift in, right? Apparently the secret mechanic is while you're drifting in a certain direction with your analog stick, you can also press down on the D-pad left and right to drift your car even more in the direction you wanted to go in. So there's a certain part in this map, you probably see it on the screen, where you have to do these like U-turn drifts, and without that mechanic you cannot you can't beat the AI or get first place in a regular race without this mechanic. This map is trash. I don't know who allowed this, but I don't want to see it in the upcoming Sonic games, bro. If I see it in the upcoming racing Sonic games, bro, I'm throwing the games in the trash after I plan them all, every single one of them, bro. No cap. Oh my gosh, I finally got it. Yo, bro, I don't even know, bro. That is hands down the hardest mission. And it's not even hard. That's the funniest part about it. It's literally because the map itself makes this shit fucking infuriating, bro. Alright, so now we're on stage 4, which is complete all the time trial related trophies. Now, well, basically, first things first, we gotta go ahead and unlock all the maps within the shop. Once we do that, we go to time trials and get a personal best on one of the maps, beat one of the staff ghosts on one of the maps, and then beat the staff ghost on every single map and get a personal best on every single map as well. So there's 4 trophies we have to go for, and they're pretty similar and pretty easy to do, honestly. Alright, so next up is step 5, which is the last step in the platinum journey, and this is just where we go for miscellaneous trophies and cleanup trophies, like buying everything in the shop, buying all your characters, winning with every character, stuff like that, right? So this trophy right here is called Wonder Boy, and what you had to do is you had to win a race driving backwards. This is pretty simple. All you have to do is set up a 3-lap race, put the CPUs on easy, and this should come very easily. Just make sure you stay in first place, and when you get to the end, just turn around and drive backwards. Alright, so this next trophy is called Magical Sound Shower, and what you have to do is race to every piece of music. Alright, so basically what this means is you have to go to a variety of maps and play each and every single music within those maps. Now, before your race starts, they give you an option to cycle through music before the actual race starts. So basically they want you to do that on the maps Whale Lagoon, Icicle Valley, Roulette Road, Sunshine Tour, Shibuya Downtown, Outer Forest, Turban Loop, and Treetops. I had to go on all those maps and cycle through all 5 musics within each map, and I had to go back to a few of them because I missed like 2 to 3, and I had to even write them down because it was getting to the point where I was just missing some. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just write them down. Hey. Alright, so this next trophy is called the Chariot, and what you have to do is use the characters Zobio and Zopico and head to the forest map, and what you want to do is run over 100 zombies. Now, it's said that it counts per race, so you don't have to do it all in one run. You could just, you know, do some in one race and then move on to the next race and kind of build it up. But I was pretty bored and I just wanted this trophy out the way, so I just did it all in that sitting. It's gonna take you some time, so I just recommend just throwing something on in the background and just get to running over some zombies. Alright, so this next trophy right here is called Fighters Mega Mix, and what you had to do is take out an opponent with every character's all-star move. So basically what you want to do is head to 2 players, split screen, set up a second controller to just be AFK somewhere, and then just stand on top of a item box until you get the ultimate, and then you want to just kind of just do the ultimate on your second controller and kind of rinse and repeat. Now, I don't really have a favorite ultimate in this game. I'm gonna be honest, they kind of feel all like somewhat underwhelming. I don't know, maybe just me growing up and seeing them now is kind of like they kind of not as good as I remembered. but I know who has the worst. And as you can see on the screen, this man right here, this Alex kid, has the worst ultimate. Like, you're just literally in a little helicopter shooting orbs, like Mega Man ass orbs at people. Like, and it's not even you can spam it, you could just only shoot once per like 5 seconds. It's ass, bro. This is hands down the worst ultimate, I ain't gonna lie to you. Alright, so this trophy is pretty similar to the last one, and basically what it is called Classic Collection. And what you have to do is win a race with every single racer. Now, this is pretty simple. What you want to do is just set a race to 1 lap and basically just choose each and every single racer and just win with them, and you will be done with this pretty quickly. Alright, you see that right there? You see Golden Axe and Captain Silver? Yeah, those are the Sega miles that I had to get. And you basically get Sega miles by completing a race, and then you get an average of 2,000 or 3,000 depending on, you know, what type of race you're doing. Right now, you will get this as time goes on, as you're playing the game, getting the trophies or whatnot. But Golden Axe is the last trophy, and that's to get 7.5 million Sega miles. And basically what I had to do is I had to a race to 1 lap, and I had to just keep replaying it over and over, specifically on Well Lagoon map, because that's the shortest map in the game. I think, don't quote me on that. Yeah, I just had to keep replaying that over and over until I could accumulate 7.5 mil. Now, I don't have to start from 0. I have, what, 5 mil, depending on how much you've been playing. But if you've been going for trophies, you should have around 5 mil to start from. Right, so you'll start from 5 mil, go from 5 mil to 7.5 mil, and just keep replaying the Well Lagoon map over and over. And trust me, it's gonna get boring, because I got bored real quick, so I had to throw on some in the background to just get me through it. Right, and you can also keep track of your, you know, miles by doing what I did in the beginning, and just going to your license, and then it will show all your trophies or whatnot. It was a grind, but it wasn't that bad, I'm not gonna lie.
Next time, folks.
A Golden Axe and Ultimate Collection. Finally got the platinum for Sonic and Sega Allstar Racing. Now that that's out the way, now we got Sonic Allstar Racing Transformed. Alright, so now we're on to Sonic Allstar Racing Transformed. Now, this game is set to be an 8 out of 10 difficulty with 25 hours to platinum. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably the hardest Sonic racing game out of all the games I'm here to play today. This is me saying this before, you know, the new Sonic Crossworlds racing game comes out. Alright, so step 1 of this platinum is to go on ahead and finish all 5 World Tour maps. Now, a World Tour is basically just a world with a bunch of missions within it. It's similar to the missions that were in Sega All-Stars Racing that we've just platinumed. But yeah, so I just gotta finish all 5 worlds, and then I'll be able to get the Rank B trophy, Rank A trophy, which are both class license trophies. It's just basically leveling up your profile. You got the Horn trophy, Meteor Strike, and then D-Roll the Credits trophy, which is basically seeing the credits after beating the final World Tour. D-Roll the Credits. Alright, so now we're on to stage 2. After finishing all the 5 World Tours, you then get the 6th world, which is Superstar Showdown. And with unlocking that, you unlock Expert Difficulty. And when you unlock Expert Difficulty, this will help toward the trophy All-Stars, where we have to collect every star in the World Tour. Now, how to get every star in the World Tour? You have to replay every single mission, but on Expert Difficulty. And that will be unlocking 4 stars if you complete a mission on Expert. So I gotta go back from World 1 all the way to World 6 on Expert Difficulty, and I have to beat every single mission within each world to get that trophy. And this is going to be very time consuming because some of these missions are hard. Alright, so this mission right here is called Traffic Attack, and basically the premise of this is basically you're just maneuvering through traffic as you have a timer at the top of the screen, and you want to reach all 14 or 15 waves. That waves is checkpoints that you have to go through, which is the blue lines that you're seeing. So once you go through there, you will knock down the waves left that you have to go through, and at time added to the top of the screen. You want to try to get through the waves as quickly as possible so you can have enough time to get to the final checkpoint to finally be able to beat this. Now, the hardest part about this is, one, is on Expert Difficulty, so there's going to be chaos all over the road, right? So you have to basically maneuver through traffic as best as you can to be able to get to the final wave and complete this. Oh, 4 more, bro. 3 more, bruh. No way, I'm 1 away. Oh my gosh, bruh. Let's fucking go! Finally, bruh. Oh my gosh, bruh. That literally took me all day to beat this weak ass, stupid ass. Alright, so this was just a regular race that I've been stuck on for a few hours, and I just wanted to show you how it ended. Move, bitch. Finally, get me off this shit, bro. Oh my gosh, you seen how that bitch ass nigga tried to creep. Okay, so as I was losing my mind trying to go for this all-star trophy, I was able to get 2 trophies along the journey. Now the first one is hardcore, which is basically just beat a mission on expert difficulty, and the second one is rank S, which is earn your S class license, which I was able to do after completing all missions on expert difficulty. Alright, so the final mission before I get the all-star trophy is another traffic attack one, but it's not as bad as the other ones I showed because this one I have missiles, so I can actually shoot down the cars that are in front of me, so I'm not going to really show too much of this. Alright, so for step 3 we gotta play the Grand Prix tournaments. Now basically how a Grand Prix tournament works in this game is that in each cup there's 4 races that I gotta complete to gain GP points, which is Grand Prix points, and the higher I rank within the race, the more Grand Prix points I will get. And after all 4 races, depending on who has the most Grand Prix points will be the winner of the tournament, right? So I have to complete a total of 5 Grand Prix tournaments to be able to get the trophies. Welcome to the Fantasy Zone, which is finished first in a Grand Prix tournament. The King of Speed, which is finished first in a Grand Prix tournament on expert difficulty. And after completing all 5 of the Grand Prix tournaments, you will unlock 5 more, but instead there are Grand Prix mirrors. They're going to be levels that you played before, but just in reverse. And this will help you unlock the trophies. Welcome to the Victory Lane, which is finish first place in every Grand Prix tournament on expert difficulty. And Gale Racer, which is get a podium finish in every Grand Prix tournament on expert difficulty. And after completing all 10 Grand Prix tournaments, you will then unlock the final character, which is Dr. Eggman, and then get the trophy Take Ages, which is unlock every character in the game. Alright, so now we're on step 4 of the Platinum Grind. This step is going to be crazy because we had to go for the hardest trophy in the game, which is called Yokozuna, and that's to beat all the staff ghosts in Time Attack. Now, in Time Attack, there's about 10 total time attacks within the game mode, and 5 of the regular levels, and then 5 of the mirror levels. Now, this is hard because on each level, there's an expert ghost time that you have to beat. Because you only just got to beat not 1 expert ghost, or not even 2 expert ghosts, but 21 expert ghosts off every single map on the game. And yeah, if you think I'm gonna do this, you're batshit crazy, my nigga, because not only do I got a platinum 4 Sonic racing games, I'm not gonna sit up here and try to beat all 21 expert ghosts and then have, like, bro, that's gonna take up too much of my time. Mind you, this game is already an 8 out of 10 difficulty due to if you have the DLC. If you don't have the DLC, this game is a straight 10 out of 10, bro. And that's because they want you to master each and every single map in the game and having to learn tricks and dip shortcuts, and I'm not gonna do all that, bruh. So with that being said, there is a way to get around this, or there is a glitch I can do. Now if you have the DLC of this game, apparently you can kind of glitch this trophy, and instead of having to do all 21 expert ghosts, you can only do 1 and it will give you the trophy. So that's exactly what I did here, because I'm not gonna spend all day doing this, bro. You got me fucked up. And don't get it twisted, just because I only have to beat 1 expert ghost for this trophy doesn't mean that this is going to be pretty easy. It was actually really hard. It took me 2 full days just to beat this level, and all I had to do was beat the expert ghost. That's how hard this is. Now imagine, it took me 2 days to beat this. Imagine how long it would have took if I had to beat all 21 expert ghosts. Bro, y'all would have probably seen me in 2026. I'm like, bro, y'all would have not seen me for a minute. Not only do you need the right character, but you need the right mod, racing mod, to be able to pass up the expert ghosts, bro, because they be moving. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I first did this with my main character Tails, and he didn't have the speed. Like, I was literally 4 milliseconds off from beating this ghost until I made a couple switches. Now I switched to hella characters. I switched to Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow. I tried to find anybody with the max speed, and I kept doing that. But I found out that with Sonic, and I chose the standard mod, I was able to get closer. So I just kept playing, and I was able to do this. Yes! Yes! Give me my trophy. Give me my trophy. Yes, Yokozuna. Oh my gosh, bruh. Hands down the hardest trophy in this game, bro. They wasn't lying. Alright, so y'all probably looking at the screen like, bro, Goofy, why you playing on this cute ass monkey? Now let me explain. The reason I'm on this character is because I'm working toward the trophy called Sega Superstar. Now, what I had to do is earn triple star license. Now, what a triple star license is basically fully complete the game, beat all the game modes, right? Now, basically, I already did that as of, going for this trophy right here. So the last thing I needed to do was unlock characters racing mods. Now, I was only playing Tails, so I got all the mods for him, obviously, but I had to unlock a couple more characters racing mods to be able to get the 100% for the game and then be able to get the trophy. So the best way to do this was to go to this flying mission in the world tour and just keep rinsing and repeating it with every character and unlocking racing mods. It's a bit tedious, but once you just, I don't know, listen to music or just throw on something to watch, it's, pretty chill. But I was eventually able to get this and it was pretty easy. Hey, Sega Superstar, let's go finally. Alright, so now we're on to part 5 of the Platinum Grind. Now this part is just miscellaneous trophies where you just have to play a certain character on certain maps. The level 3 drift. The trophies are consisting of random things and I don't really want to show too much of it, honestly, because some of it are just pretty easy or just not really interesting to watch. So alright, so now we're on to the final part of the Platinum journey before we get the Platinum. Now we're on the online section where we have to go for online trophies, and this first one is called House Party of the Dead, and what you have to do is complete an event with 4 local friends. So basically what I have to do is go to World Tour, pick a random event, and then just connect all 4 controllers, play through the event with your main controller, and then once you play through it, you'll get this trophy. Alright, so these next 2 trophies are matchmaking trophies, and the first one is Race Leader, and this one you have to win a matchmaking game, and this next one is Neutron, and what you have to do is manually select a random character for a matchmaking game. One thing that made this hard was I had to search through PSN profiles on who recently just got this trophy, or the Platinum in general, because the servers for this game is dead as fuck. Like, you would not find anybody on the servers online or any of that. So I basically had to just search up random people on PlayStation profiles, and I kept texting each and every single one of them, seeing if they'll help me out. And my boy Stockman69, and he wanted to help me out, so shout out to Stock. Alright, so we're here with the final trophy before the Platinum, man. Now look, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was nervous going into this online section, not because it's difficult, but with this next trophy, this final trophy right here, I did not think this trophy was really going to be something I was going to get very easily. I was able to get it within one day. This trophy that I'm talking about right here is called Team Sonic, and what you have to do for this one is finish first, second, third, and fourth with local friends in a 10-player race. Now, you probably heard that and was probably confused, huh? You probably didn't even know what the hell I just said. Now, let me explain it to you. In quick play, you have 10 people that can join up in the lobby, right? So you'll have 6 people in the lobby, and then you join with 4 of your controllers, which will make 10. So that will fill up the lobby, and then you have to get first, second, and third, and fourth with all 4 controllers in that order. Now, the difficult part of this is getting 10 niggas, right? Because like I said, the servers are dead. So how do you do this? Let me explain to you. According to the guide, it says that apparently you don't even need 10 people. All you would need is like 3, honestly, and the first person, which is you, will connect 4 controllers. The second person will connect 4 controllers, and that's 8 people already. And then the second person will you'll either invite 2 other people, or you would just get 1 more person and they'll connect 1 controller, making a 10-man lobby. That's exactly what I did. I had my boy Stockman already with me with the online trophy, so shout out Stockman helping me out. But we had to find somebody else, and yeah, that was not an easy task. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I messaged like over 20 people trying to go for this specific trophy right here. This was not easy. Yeah, I just kept messaging until we ran into Caribbean Wolf. Yo, shout out Caribbean Wolf. I don't know if you a he, I don't know if you a she. Hey, I don't know who you is, but hey, I just want to say thank you. Hey, Team Sonic, let's go. And then we got Ultimate All-Stars, bro. We finally got the Platinum. I ain't gonna lie, I did not think this trophy was gonna be easy, bro. I mean, it took hours for me to be able to just get that one trophy, but finally did it, bro. This Platinum is hands down the hardest Sonic racing game. Hey, man, but with that being said, bro, on to the next one. Alright, so we're finally here with Team Sonic Racing. Now, I've been looking forward to this, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, the Sonic games on the PS3 that we just played, they're pretty wonky, so I'm ready for some, you know, modern controls, you feel what I'm saying? But anyways, besides that, from my experience playing this game so far, I haven't played this game growing up. I never played it, so this is my first time playing this, right? And basically this game is more, for those who haven't heard of this game, Team Sonic Racing game is a different approach to racing. So it's basically racing, but you will have a 3-man squad, so it'll be you and 2 other of your teammates. And no, you cannot choose. It's a designated team for you for every single character. For example, with Sonic, it's Tails and Knuckles. For my goat Silver, it's Blaze and the crocodile dude. I don't know his name, so don't get on me on the comments. But yeah, so basically you have to work as a team to win, and that includes little mechanics like slingshotting your teammates' items, things like that. But I don't know, me personally, I appreciate the Sonic racing games because they always trying to innovate and try something new. So I ain't gonna lie, this is not it. I'm gonna be so honest, bro. Out of all the Sonic games, bro, this is the slowest Sonic game I've played, no cap, because it relies on team play, it relies on teamwork. On the trophy guide, it says this game is a 4 out of 10 difficulty and it takes about 20 hours to platinum. So this game would be easier to get the platinum and faster than compared to Transform, because Transform was crazy. But hey, we got through that. And also, I got a question for y'all boys that I need to be answered. Oh, hey, look, bro, my goal, bro. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is my favorite character in the Sonic universe, hands down. My goat Silver, bro. This nigga's clean, bro. Look at this nigga, the underrated hedgehog, bro. Stop playing with him. Okay, so look, me and my friend has been having this argument. Who looks cleaner design wise, right? Because I already know this nigga Silver gonna beat him in the fight. Who look cleaner design wise, Silver or Shadow? I ain't gonna lie, y'all probably like, bro, why is this even a question? Yeah. Yo, bro, be honest here, bro. Who you think look cleaner design wise? I got Silver, hands down. I feel like if you choose Shadow, bro, like Shadow clean, bro. He's in my top 3 favorite characters too. He's obviously clean. You can't lie, bro. Him not being around and not seeing Silver plays into the mysteriousness, bro. So that adds points. Besides Silver, they got Rouge, bro. I'm not gonna lie, shit. You put me and Rouge in the same room, bro. Hey, sorry Knuckles, sorry Shadow. Hey, shit, I'm in there. I'm in there, nigga. I'm in there.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Alright, so step 1 in this platinum journey is to play through the adventure story mode on hard difficulty. Now, the story mode on this game is very unique. It kind of got a little story, and I wouldn't say cutscenes, but you know, it got a little voiceovers for the characters and stuff. I'd say that this is pretty easy to go through. You just got to play through all 7 chapters of the story on hard difficulty. Alright, so step 2 of this platinum journey is to play through the team adventure mode races on expert difficulty. Now, we had to go back all the way to chapter 1 and play from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 7. Play every single race on expert difficulty. Now, when you beat all the races in a chapter, you will unlock a paint kit. Now, you have to unlock a certain amount of paint kits to be able to get the trophy Speed Painter, which is unlock all the vehicle paint kits. This isn't really that hard because since you already initially played through the team adventure mode on hard difficulty, if anything, expert is just a bit up there. You might have to replay certain races, but other than that, it's not really that hard and difficult. There will be 2 speed racing kits that will be locked, and you won't be able to get it through team adventure mode. You will have to come to the mod pod section and just keep spending your coins until you eventually get it. This is pretty RNG and a bit tedious depending on how long it takes, but for me it took a little bit, but eventually you will be able to get these 2 speed kits and you will get the trophy. A Speed Painter. Now, step 3 is probably the hardest in my opinion in terms of the platinum grind, and it is to unlock all the stars and keys in team adventure mode. Now, basically how to do this is in every mission there will be stars and keys that you could obtain that are locked behind tasks that you have to do, which as you have to collect a certain amount of rings, win without losing a teammate, win a race, you know, tasks like that. And after collecting all stars and keys within a chapter, you then get a trophy for that chapter, and there's 7 trophies because there's 7 chapters, and after unlocking every single one of them, you'll get 2 trophies for unlocking every single star within the team adventure mode and collecting all keys within the team adventure mode. Alright, so now we're on step 4 of the platinum journey. Now this consists of mainly miscellaneous trophies and online trophies, but I think I'm gonna just show the online trophies mostly because the miscellaneous trophies are pretty easy. All I gotta do is connect on another controller and get a majority of the trophies. So now the trophy I'm showing on the screen here is called A Friend in Speed is a Friend in Need, and what you have to do is beat a friend's leaderboard time in time trial mode on any track. Now this was pretty easy in my opinion, and you know, did what I did for the other game, just text random people to help me with the online trophies. My boy I'm_Wislow came and helped me out. Alright, so for this next trophy, it's called Violent Void, and what you have to do is use the Violent Void to absorb a projectile and hit the racer who fired it. Now, I had to do this online because offline, it's just way harder to get the Violent Void item. I went online, put the game mode to Empire Racer. This allows you to get the Violent Void item way easier, and I was able to get it. Alright, so now we're on to the last step before the platinum. Now this requires only 2 trophies, and these are performance enhancing mods, which is unlock all the performance mods, and prize every time, which is spend 5,000 credits. Now to get these 2 trophies, you just need to go to the mod pods section and just spend credits here right until these 2 trophies pop up. Now this could be a bit RNG depending on how long it takes, but eventually you will get them. Hey, a prize every time, spend 5,000 credits. That was a little time consuming, but we finally got the platinum for this game, and teamwork makes the dream work. Let's see how many hours it took on this game. 53 hours to get this platinum, bro. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say that this game is probably the easiest Sonic racing game out the 3 I've played. Let's move on to the final Sonic racing game, which is Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Alright, so now we're on to the final Sonic racing game of the series, and it's the newest game that just came out recently, and it's Sonic Crossworlds. Now this is interesting because I found out that this game is developed by Team Sonic and not by Sumo Digital, so this game is going to feel totally different compared to the other Sonic racing games that we was going through. Also, I want to say shout out to my boy Rex for getting me this game, because I ain't gonna lie, your boy was broke as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I had like $1 in my bank account. I ain't gonna lie to you, but shout out to him, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to get this game to finish off this video. So hey, shout out to Rex. And yeah, man, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first step of trophies that we're going to go after are the Grand Prix trophies. Now there's a total of 7 Grand Prix trophies that we got to go for, and these consist of winning a Grand Prix Cup, winning all of the Grand Prixes, unlocking the secret Grand Prix, race through every crossworld in Grand Prix, and win all Grand Prixes on Mirror Class, which is just the levels in reverse. So now these aren't really hard to do. All you pretty much got to do is just turn down the difficulty of the rival AI, and it should be a cakewalk, honestly. Alright, so next step of the trophy grind are the rival trophies. Now the rivals pop up normally when you're playing through Grand Prixes. You would just have a random rival approach, and then you have the choice to select or choose a different rival, and basically you just want to beat the rival. And then you can also choose the difficulty of the rival, but I suggest just putting it on a low difficulty so you know you can make your life easier. Right now, to get this trophy right here called Rival Buster, you will have to defeat 5 rivals, right? And then there's another trophy called Ultimate Racer, which is defeat all rivals, and there's a total of 23 rivals throughout the game that you have to beat. Alright, so these next set of trophies will be in the race park, and what the race park is basically a spot where you get to play different modes such as quick races and team modes. Now there's a total of 4 different trophies requiring me to play 4 different game modes and win 10 times in each and every single one. Now the first one being sharpshooter, which I gotta win 10 times in a double team shootout, and win 10 times in the triple team ring grab game mode, win 10 times in the triple team tap boost game mode, and get first place in quick match 10 times. And the last one being get first place with extreme match rules 10 times. Now these are pretty tedious, I would say. They're not really hard. Once again, you could just lower the difficulty on the CPUs, but they will take a minute to do since you gotta win and play 10 different times on each and every single game mode. So alright, so next up we got the team rival trophies. Now similar to the Grand Prix where we were just doing a regular 2 trophies, there were the rival trophies. We got 4 of them now. These revolve around beating the rival teams that you go up against. Now you get a trophy for winning against a rival team, defeating all rival teams, defeat all rival teams a second time. Now these all are very easy. Like I said, you just gotta lower the difficulty down to whatever easy setting that you want, except for top of the line, which is against a max level rival team. Now this one I beat on my first try, so it wasn't really a problem for me. I guess it was because of the game mode we was playing. Now we're on to the hardest step of the platinum journey, and this is the time trials. Now there's two difficulties of the time trials. You got Sonic Speed difficulty, and then you have Supersonic Speed difficulty. In each difficulty you have to go through all 39 levels and get a rank on each and every single one of them. Now there's a total of 4 trophies for the Sonic Speed, and the first one is obtain a rank on any course. The second one is get a rank or higher on Sonic Speed in all the main courses. Then the third one is get a rank or higher on Sonic Speed in all Crossworlds. Then the last one is get a rank or higher on Sonic Speed in all courses. Now in my opinion, those weren't really too bad. They're pretty easy in my opinion, but what really is a challenge is the Supersonic Speed difficulty. So Supersonic Speed is way faster and is more stricter on the time that you have to get a rank. Now in my opinion, I ain't gonna lie, this was still easy and manageable for me because I think Sonic Transformed is the hardest Sonic racing game, and I still stand on that even after playing all of them. And since playing that and those time trials, Sonic Transformed made this time trials not really all that, threatening. Anyways, for the Supersonic Speed, there are 3 trophies for the Supersonic Speed difficulty. Now the first one being get a rank or higher on Supersonic Speed in all the main courses, and the second one is get a rank or higher on Supersonic Speed in all Crossworlds, and the third one is get a rank or higher on Supersonic Speed in all the courses. Alright, so before we get into the last step before the platinum trophy, I want to go over my tier list of what I think is the best Sonic racing game compared to what is the worst. Now we're gonna start from the bottom. Now I ain't gonna lie, hands down the worst Sonic racing game I played was hands down Team Sonic Racing. There's just no way that there should be a Sonic game that moves that slow, especially if it's a racing game at that, bro. That shit was straight garbage. The fact that it relies on a team aspect in a race is cool for a game mode, but for a whole dedicated game, I don't know. I don't think it was it. In my opinion, bro, the amount of times I lost a race due to sellout AI teammates, bro. And at the number 3 spot, I'm gonna go Sega Allstar Racing. Even though that this is a Sonic racing game I have played before as a kid growing up, like it was cool. It wasn't bad. I mean, what was bad was the ultimate. A majority of the characters' ultimates were very lackluster and just boring. It just wasn't. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't much content in the game. It just wasn't really much you could do in there. But I enjoyed it for when I was a kid growing up on there. It was fun. And at the number 2 spot will be Sonic Racing Transformed. Even though I said this was the hardest Sonic racing game, I thoroughly enjoyed the transform aspect, how you can transform your car into a boat, into an aircraft. That was pretty cool to me. And then the level designs are pretty unique too. And then at the number 1 spot, it's on the screen, y'all see it, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Like, it's kind of self-explanatory. The controls are good, the maps are just well made and designed. They got a whole bunch of characters from different games. Tell me why Sonic and SpongeBob are in the same game. You and I never thought that would be a thing until this game came out. So yeah, best believe this is the number 1 game right here. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Alright, so we are now here with the final step before we get the platinum for this game, man. This has been a long journey, but hey, we just gonna get straight into it. So this final part, which I thought was gonna be light work, no, this is actually the hardest. I know I said last step was the hardest. No, that's what the guide said. I'm saying this right here is the hardest step in the game. Let me tell you why. Now basically what you have to do is collectibles, right? You have to collect the speed type parts, handling type parts, boost type parts for your cars, collect all decals, etc. Right now, the reason this is hard is because you have to grind tickets. Yes, you have to grind tickets to be able to get the collectibles of this game. Now, do you know how much tickets you have to grind for in this game to get every single thing in this game? It is 20,000 tickets you have to grind. I don't have no gameplay of it. I thought I had some, but I guess I don't. You have to build up a strategy on how to earn tickets optimally as possible. Now, I'm gonna tell you how I did it, okay? What I did did at first was I used the character Supersonic in Grand Prix, and I was just farming that, trying to get first place every single time. You're not gonna always get first place. When you get first place, you get more tickets, but there's gonna be times you don't get first place, right? But the reason I chose Supersonic is because he's invincible to all items. So an item at that nigga, he's eating that shit. Yum yum, nigga. What you talking about? He's eating that shit. The reason I didn't like this strategy was because one, you're doing Grand Prix, so you're doing 4 races all at once, and you have to try to consistently get first place to get the most amount of tickets. The reason I don't like this is because one, it's not a guarantee you're always gonna get first place, and two, it takes too long, right? So I did some more digging, and I came to a conclusion. I found some videos. Some other people talk about go to the race park. You basically want to go to the extreme game mode, right? You want to plug in another controller, because here's how it's gonna work, right? When you get paid out, you will get 10 for coming in first, 5 for beating a level 10, another 5 for something else I can't remember, and then you will get a multiplayer bonus, which will be 10. So it will be a 10 5 5 10 payout, and if you're consistent with the first place, you should consistently get that. So that's a max of 30 tickets already, and then you will want to choose the smallest map so the matches can be quick, obviously, right? After you defeat a rival 3 times, you'll get an additional bonus for beating them 3 times, right? And this bonus could consistently go up. The max limit to it is about 70 or 75, but you start off at like 25, right? So you just want to keep rinsing, repeating this race park, keep playing the same small level over and over, try to get first place. And yes, it does sound tedious, and it is, but it's way better than that Grand Prix method I was explaining, because not only is it quicker, it's more efficient, and you earn more. It doesn't feel as though you're wasting your time, you know what I'm saying? Even though it did take me 3 days, it took 3 days. I started this off at 4.8 thousand tickets, and I was able to grind all the way up to 13,000. Within the day, you should be able to get like 5,000 tickets if you're being consistent. Now y'all probably thinking like, Goofy, wait, you just said that you need 20,000 tickets for every collectible in the game, so why are you saving up to 13,000? Well, let me tell you about it. Now, if you're on PlayStation, you can use the cloud save method. Now, what the cloud save method is basically you just want to go to your save data settings, right? And you want to disable auto upload, because if you keep it enabled, it's gonna mess up cloud save method. So you want to go ahead and disable that. Right now, you want to go to upload storage for the PS5, and you want to upload your Sonic Crossworld data, right? But mind you, you do this when you reach 13,000 tickets, okay? Don't do it when you're grinding toward 13,000 tickets. All right, so after you upload the data, then you will now want to get into the game and get all the collectible trophies. So that's going to be your speed type parts, your acceleration type parts, your power type parts, and your handling type parts. After those, you should be almost pretty low, or if not, run out of your tickets. So what you want to do is close app, and then download the data that you uploaded in the save data settings, and then you'll want to go back in, and then you will see you will have all your 13,000 tickets. Therefore, you can now get all the icon decals and collect all the horns, which are the 2 hardest trophies in the game because of how much tickets you have to grind for. But thanks to the cloud save method, you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so now we're on to the final trophy before we get to the platinum. Now, the final trophy is called Chameleon, and what you want to do is obtain a racer skin of any AI racer. Now, obviously by the gameplay, y'all know I'm gonna obviously go with my boy Silver. He's the cleanest in the game. If you say otherwise, then I'm gonna just ignore you, and if you say Shadow, you're getting banned. Now, to get the AI skin, you would just need a minimum of like 3,000 tickets. Now, thanks to the cloud save method, you should probably have double this. Once you get 3,000, the skin is yours, and you get the trophy. Give me that. A Chameleon. And for the platinum, Crossworld. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro, hands down, this is the best racing game that I played out of all 4 games I played. And I almost forgot to mention that it took me about 53 hours to platinum this game. Let me know what y'all boys want to see next. Any other series y'all want to see me platinum on one video. Just let me know in the comments, and yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.